What is going on, guys? It's your boy Big Dylan and welcome back to another Destiny weekly weapon reset vendor recommendations. This is April the 11th to the 17th. Again, this is going up a day early, so I do apologise for that. Hopefully you guys can grab as many of these weapons as you can. Should be a lot of legendary marks available this week, especially with Iron Banner being a thing. But anyway, let's just get straight into it. I've already been over to New Monarchy. I can't really, convince anybody to really pick any of those weapons up this week. They all seem pretty average in my opinion. None of the rolls are particularly great. But as for the Crucible Quartermaster, it's actually got a pretty decent roll on the Palindrome again. Now, it has Outlaw, Hammerforged, and Luck in the Chamber. Now, again, it doesn't have Rifle Barrel, but Hammerforged on there is pretty decent. It does buff the range up a little bit, but Luck in the Chamber on there and Outlaw is an absolutely phenomenal set of perks in my opinion. So I mean, I'd definitely recommend picking it up and giving it a shot in Crucible, even though it doesn't actually have Rifle Barrel. The next one is the Each New Day Fusion Rifle. This thing has a fuck ton of stability, especially with hand-laid stock on there. Now you may be asking yourself, why do you want stability on a fusion rifle? Well, for me personally, it makes them better. It keeps the fusion rifle pellets nice and tight together. Hand-laid stock on there adds an absolute amazing ton of stability, so that's going to improve that a hell of a lot. Spray and plate isn't that much of a greater perk on there, but it's a nice benefit as it is. And hidden hand on there for more aim assist. What's not to complain about. But that's pretty much it for the Crucible Quartermaster. Let's move on to Dead Orbit. So I've just actually moved over to Dead Orbit, guys, and they don't actually seem to have any good weapons for sale this week again. In my opinion, none of the rolls are actually worthy of actually spending your legendary marks on. But as for the Crucible Quartermaster, he does actually have a pretty decent machine gun, mainly for the Crucible. The impact on this thing is really high, so I mean it's going to be like a 2 or 3 shot kill. You've got Feeding Frenzy, I'd probably run Rifle Barrel and also Crowd Control, so really decent roll in this. Probably grab this for the Crucible if you're a person that actually likes to use heavy machine guns. But anyway, let's move on to the last vendor, which will be a Future War Cult. So as for Future War Cult, I'm going to recommend 2 weapons. The first weapon I'm actually going to recommend buying this week is going to be the Scout Rifle. Now it has Crowd Control, Outlaw, and a choice of Snapshot or Armor Piercing rounds. Not an absolutely amazing god roll, but in my opinion it's pretty decent. If you want to use this thing, probably in the Crucible, even be pretty good for PvE, especially with Crowd Control on there. Really quick reload with Outlaw. I mean, it's a pretty solid scout rifle. If you're looking for a scout rifle, that you want to use, this thing is going to be pretty, it's a solid choice for a start off. The next weapon is going to be the Rocket Launcher. This thing I would recommend using in PvE only. Do not use this in PvP. It is not a PvP rocket launcher. It has cluster bombs, tripod, field scout, and obviously you could maybe slap soft launch on there for a tad more bit of velocity. But this thing is just going to hold an absolute fuck ton of rockets and cluster bombs on there for more DPS on the floor, like as an AoE effect. Pretty decent roll for anything PvE. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you have a couple of recommendations in this video that you're actually going to pick up this week. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel for future Destiny content. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and peace.